Hello, everyone. You are welcome to Nebo TV. My name is Nekme Obasoge, broadcasting from Toronto, Canada. Today, we have a guest in the studio all the way from the UK. We're going to be discussing about Nigerian politics, a focus on Edo State. Okay. You are welcome to Nebo TV, Dr. Tony Osakpoma Agbons.
Thank you very much, Nekwe. I want to say a very good morning to everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, depending on the part of the world where you are watching us today. Our Muslim brothers and sisters, I say happy Eid, Eid Mubarak to all of you. If you don't know some, it's what you have with Tagmo here. If you don't know Rowa Kinirisi, translated. Special greetings to all Edo sons and daughters, both at home and in the diaspora. It's really my pleasure to be here today for this discussion.
Thank you for joining us. So Dr. Tony Osakpama Agbons is here to discuss about his recent article titled "Rejigging Nigeria's Leadership Accession." Okay, this article was written based on the political situation of Nigeria, specifically the Edo State upcoming election. Okay, so what motivated you to write this article?
Thank you very much, Nekmen, for that question. Let me start by saying that I am not a politician. And I wrote this article, like you said, based on some recent events back home in Nigeria, specifically in Edo State, where we all come from. I have been following political events in Nigeria, especially since the return to democratic rule in 1999. And one would have expected that after 21 years of unbroken democracy, after 21 years of democratic rule in Nigeria, that we'll be doing things a bit much differently now. You will agree with me that a child born 21 years ago is a full adult now. So one would have expected some level of political maturity, political responsibility, political accountability from political players in Nigeria, the elite, and even the citizens. So putting all this together is what actually informed my writing that article, like you said, which was published recently. Yes. And it was my own way, my own little contribution to nation building. Because we all cannot just keep quiet. We cannot just keep silent
yes,
and allow things to go.
Exactly. We cannot be quiet and allow our country to go flare. Okay. Like some people always refer to me that as a professional, as a media person, I'm not supposed to be intervening in the political crisis in Edo State. So if all of us are quiet based on our professions, who is going to intervene? Who is going to reform the system? Okay, if we allow few percentage of politicians, probably less than 1% of Edo citizens are the politicians in the state. Okay, so if we allow them to do whatever they want based on their own selfish interest in the state, who is going to reform the system? The corruption embedded in the system. So we all have a duty, okay, to play in shaping democracy in Edo State, Nigeria as a whole. Okay, so going to your article that you wrote, so can you just elaborate on one specific area of the article, that you discuss about Edo State, that you can reflect on what is going on in Edo State right now?
Thank you very much, Nekpe. Before I answer your question, I just want to add a little to what you said. We are all stakeholders in the Nigerian project. Even for some of those of us who are even in the diaspora, home is still home. Home is still home. Like they always say, east or west, home is the best. So for me, I was discussing with some few friends recently. I've always believed that whether it's a community, whether it's a social group, a society, the major aim of governance should be for the happiness of the majority, not the happiness of a few. Let me situate this very well. I was checking through some statistics. So I have it here.
Okay.
This 2006 Nigerian census, Edo State population 3.2 million. So recent search showed that we have a population of about 4.2 million as at 2016. So this is 2020. So I can just extrapolate that Edo State population now is around 5 million.
Yes. Yeah, given.
So
Yeah.
when you bring this home, should the happiness of the state, the happiness of the 5 million be for just about maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people? So this is the question I've always asked. So this issue of the 2020 election is about good governance. It's not about political party this, political party B, political party C. No. So the happiness of the majority of these millions of Edo sons and daughters, of millions of people who have even come from other parts of Nigeria, who are residing in Edo State, is for their happiness. And I must tell you that one of the reasons why some of us we are supporting the current governor in Edo State, His Excellency Godwin Noweras Obaseki, is that some of us are saying that his policies are for the happiness of the majority of the people, not for a few. So, in the article, going to the article that you mentioned,
yeah,
at the beginning of the article, I did say that what is going on in Edo State now is going to mark a watershed in the development of democracy in Nigeria.
Yeah.
What I have seen in Edo State is that I've seen that people who have never been interested in politics, people who don't even care about elections, they are all interested now, because what is happening in Edo State now has transcended just a political party, a personality, to a people's movement. And that's why you can see, even on the street in Benin, social media, Nigerians in the diaspora, like I was at the salon yesterday to have this haircut, and a gentleman, he's from Anambra State, Eastern Nigeria. He was talking about Edo State. He said, because I was speaking Edo language with the gentleman who was giving me the haircut, and he said, "Ah, me wanna make sure say na Obaseki, because me I not be from Una State." This was an Igbo guy from the east.
Yes.
He said because on his recent trip to Benin City, and he said he even went to as far as the north of Edo State, he could see that development was taking place. You can see a plan. You can see a framework. You can see that there is a journey happening. So that's an Igbo guy talking. It's not from our state. So putting all this together, you will see the reason why some of us are really like, no, we have to, come out en masse and support these people's movements,
Yes.
championed by the current governor. Because
Okay.
like we say in Benin, I want to say this in Benin parable. Edo where oya, ayasimi woman.
Exactly.
And if you translate that, he said, it is with courage and determination that you fight for your community.
Hmm. Okay. We all have the duty to shape democracy in Nigeria. Okay. So I'm going to your article because you highlight few points, 3 or 4 points in your article.
Exactly. I wrote a previous article on leadership in Nigeria, and I also stated that the followership has also been a problem. Somebody have said, though this is an issue for debate and argument. Somebody have said that the problem of Nigeria is more like 70% leadership and 30% followership. So there's a lot of apathy. Even myself, I'm guilty of this. And I've asked God to forgive me as well. I'm guilty of this because we have left the stage for so long. We all have to be involved. If you look at our political parties, most people they don't register. Nobody is involved. We just leave it. Oh, politics is not for me. Politics is a dirty game. But politics is the game changer. Through politics, people get into position and they make decisions that affect our lives. They make decisions that direct where a country or a nation will go. So politics is not something that we just leave for just anybody. I was posting on Facebook today. I put it in some groups I belong. I wrote something there. I said the penalty for not getting involved in politics is that we'll be led by people who are inferior to us. I'm paraphrasing now. It was Plato, the great philosopher, the Greek philosopher that said that. So we all have to be involved. We all have a part to play. If you feel that political party A is where you think you can make your contribution, go and register. Be a card-carrying member. I'm speaking to you. I've been a card-carrying member of the Labour Party here in the UK.
Okay.
I pay my dues every month. They take it from my bank account every month. So we have to be involved. So when policies are being drawn, I remember in the last election here, they emailed me. I sent a few suggestions across. So we almost be involved. In Nigeria, Nigerians, I plead with you, let us be involved. Edolites, wherever you are, let's all be involved. Let's have a part. We cannot just allow this show of shame that is currently going on now to continue. We cannot. Because this political leadership determine economy, it determines policies, it determines the future of our children.
Exactly.
So we can't just this idea of God day, what have you do now? Translated for those who are not used to pidgin English, it's like, God will take control. Yes, even in the Bible clearly instructed us that faith without work is dead. I think somewhere in the book of James in the Bible. So we have to be involved. We have to take part. If it's to talk to people, that is your level of involvement, get involved. If it's to be a card carrying member, get involved. If it's to make solicitation, like election is coming, get involved. But we
Okay.
cannot sit on the fence.
Okay. Do you think we should give more awareness to the locals, especially those who are living in the rural area and the less privileges?
Definitely, Nekpen. Definitely. Yeah, it's very heartwarming to see that a lot of Nigerians now they are very active on social media. Yes, you can see everybody is getting involved, but because of challenges of technology, internet usage in Nigeria, we also have to take it out of social media and be foot soldiers,
Hmm.
door-to-door campaign. talk to family members.
Okay.
Like we have made calls back home, and I've told my family members, get your PVC.
Yes.
We decide this election. It's one man, one vote. So no, this big men, supermen, strong personality kind of politics has not taken us anywhere. So it's one man. So get your PVC. And on that day of the election, make sure you vote. And we will also make sure that we protect our vote. We stay there until the result is announced. Thank God for social media. Thank God for technology. Let's see how the result will be overturned. It's not possible. It is absolutely not possible. So we have to be involved. Because one strategy that people who come up with bad governance always use, that they always try to intimidate the voters. They intimidate the people. Like you put in, I can see on the screen you put here now, what Steve Biko said.
Yes, that okay. The most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that is what has been going on in our states, in Nigeria, then even in Edo State from time. I've spoken to some people now, and they said, "Oh, this election, there will be violence." I said, "Damn it!" So, apologies for my language. I said, "There's not going to be violence." I said, "Nothing can overturn a popular uprising. When a people decide, nothing can overturn it. We have seen it happen in other places." And I mentioned in one discussion yesterday, I said, this Edo 2020 election is going to mark a real watershed in Nigerian democracy.
Democracy.
It's
Yeah.
going to mark a real, because what has played out in Edo State now, if you recall, a similar thing had happened in Lagos.
Yes, yeah. We know that. Yeah.
Nigeria's industrial capital.
Yes,
A
yes.
similar thing has happened there, where one strong man on his own just made a decision for a state that had more than 25 million inhabitants. Just one man.
The state that carries the highest population.
Thank you, in Nigeria.
Nigeria.
And this is my own assessment, and I know most people will agree. This was a governor in Lagos that was working for the people, but he was thrown aside. So a similar thing was going to happen in Edo State.
That's what people were saying, that
yes,
Adam Shomole's character in the Edo State politics is reminiscent of the Lagos
exactly.
State.
Yeah. They wanted to replicate.
Yes. Yeah. So let's quickly go to the second one. Then later we can discuss more. Okay. The second point you highlight, okay, in your article, okay, the current operators of our political parties need to put country before self. Oh.
Absolutely. It goes back to what to what I said at the beginning. This is all about good governance. You ask. I belong to my secondary school. I attended the Dupolo Grammar School in Benin City. So my secondary school, we have a group, a WhatsApp group, and somebody, a colleague of mine there is a professor in the University of Benin. He put something recently, and I agree with that post. You know, in that post, he put a poster there that said, the people who are waiting to loot, in Nigeria, they are fewer than those. They are more than those who are looting now. Because on that day we were discussing what is happening, what was happening in NDDC and some other things. So politicians must put country first.
Of course. Yeah.
But most of them are not doing it. But in Edo State now, what have we seen? The current Edo State governor is putting the state first.
But he's experiencing pressure from those.
A lot of pressure, challenges.
From those who believe that.
So that is why I said this Edo election is going to be a watershed. It's going to be a watershed moment in the history of Nigeria's nascent democracy.
Yes, because I saw some people coming to me approaching me saying that even though they are not from Edo State, saying that this issue, the crisis, political crisis in Edo State, is not only about Edo State, it's about Nigeria and democracy in Nigeria. That if Governor Obaseki is able to win this next election in Edo State, it's going to shape democracy in Nigeria as a whole. That is why
Absolutely.
people who are non-Edo citizens are supporting Governor Obaseki, because they believe there's a light, okay, in what is going on in Edo State right now, that a governor who can resist this idea of godfatherism and corruption in Edo State, it will apply to other states in Nigeria. That is why, even though they cannot vote, they are not eligible to vote, but they can always support through different means, through protest, through a protest, I would say, through protest. So that is why they are supporting. They are supporting, like what you said earlier, that you saw a guy in the barber salon who is from Imo or whatever. Igbo,
Anambra State.
Anambra State, okay, supporting Governor Obaseki. Me too, have seen so many of them, okay, telling me that I even featured one gentleman here in Canada from Akwa Ibom State. He came to this show to declare his intention to support government. He's not eligible to vote. He's even living here in Canada. But he said that what is going on in Nigeria right now, that there is a light in Edo State that can shine through the country as a whole.
Yes.
So let's go to the third point here. Third point, okay. You said totally, and by far the most important, we the Nigerian people needs to take our destiny in our hands.
Oh yes. It's just, I think I already mentioned it, but I think I can add to it as well.
Mm.
This is not the time to sit on the fence. Especially, I'm just like,
Yeah.
because we are focusing on Edo, so I will always keep hammering on the Edo side, Edo State area.
Mm.
This is not the time, fellow Edo sons and daughters. This is not the time to sit on the fence. It is not the time. We all must play our part. Angels are not going to, God is not going to send Angel Gabriel or Angel Michael to us. He has given us the ability to change our situation around. We have been complaining. If you like, we complain from now to tomorrow. But election time like this is the moment of glory that we have, where we have to make the people power to count. Don't be intimidated by saying, oh, your vote is not going to count. It is going to count. It is going to count. It is very much going to count. Nothing can stop a movement, especially with the performance of this current governor in our state. That is honestly, like I said before, some of us, and which was a wrong step we took. Politics just pass us by. Governance, we just say, that is not my area. So we all focus on what we are doing. But we should be able to give compliments. We should be able to compliment somebody who is working. We should be able to also inspire somebody who is working. I've done my research. By the grace of God, I'm a researcher. I've done my research. I've spoken to many people in Edo states, teenagers, young adults, middle-aged men and women, the elderly. I've spoken to them. All these people cannot they cannot be lying. I've spoken to them in the 3 senatorial districts that we have in our state, in Edo Central, Edo South, and Edo North. Different people, because come look at it, Nekwen. We all grew up. We grew up in Benin. We grew up in Edo State. There's no part of Edo State I haven't been to. There's no part of Edo State. We grew up in Benin. We were traveling all over the place. So this current government has touched the lives in just about 3.5 years. Despite all the shenanigans going on around him, has touched the life of our people. So we must take our destiny in our hands and support such a government. And like I said, because he is the one, Governor Godwin Obaseki is the one that can guarantee the happiness of the majority of our people.
Okay.
Not those who are after the happiness of a few.
Yes, self interest.
Who just think that they can use their red eyes. Then you just take a little drink and then you just start intimidating people. You just, because you have the voice of a lion or a tiger, and then you just start intimidating people.
I'm going to read from your article. I love this, the last paragraph. But I'm going to also read the quotes. Okay, you said renowned South African cleric Desmond Tutu said, "If you are neutral on situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor."
Of course.
You said it's up.
Of course, Nekman.
So this shows, that is what I've been telling people on this show all the time, that I can never be sitting here because of my profession, that I cannot lend my voice, okay, in what is going on in Edo. That's my state. Don't tell me that I should be neutral. Why should I be neutral? Oh, this quote exactly perfects my vision. Perfect my vision for Edo State. Guys, if you are watching right now, I've been saying this over and over again, that I can never be neutral in this case. No matter what my profession. If I'm neutral because of my profession, you as a doctor or wherever, you are neutral because you are not a politician. A teacher is not a politician. A doctor, a medical doctor is not a politician. A mechanic is not a politician. How many percentage of politicians we have in Edo State? Probably less than 1%.
0.002%.
Yes, because the legitimate politicians in Edo State, less than 1%. So these people can impose their will over us, given that corruption is very prevalent in Nigeria, every mood and crying of Nigerian society. So if all of us be quiet because of our professions, who is going to reform the system? Nobody. Nobody. So this quote, it answers my question.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Nekman. Of course, you have the quote of Steve Biko.
Yes.
Also trending on your from your studio there.
Yes.
Desmond Tutu. We all know the context of where Desmond Tutu is coming from. They could have, they were comfortable. They could have like, oh, it doesn't concern me.
Yes.
Yeah, this is not the time to sit on the fence, like we've been saying in this on this show since we began. It's not the time to sit on the fence. Yes, yeah, we should everyone should make a stand. We can't just keep quiet.
Yeah.
It was Professor Wole Soyinka that said that the man died in us who kept silent in the face of tyranny.
Exactly.
That's our own Professor Wole Soyinka. Let me make sure in Nigeria, so that people will not say, "Oh, you are talking about South Africa, South Africa." Yeah, the man died in us who kept silent in the face of tyranny.
Tyranny, exactly.
And when we say tyranny, I'm not talking about a full-blown dictatorship like we had like during military government. There are different forms of tyranny. What we have in Edo now, I'm really getting passionate about this matter. Sometimes it gets me really emotional. What we have in Edo now is tyranny of ideas, is tyranny of role models. Look, growing up in Benin, I told you just now, I attended Edo Grammar School. It wasn't a government school, it was a public school. And I haven't mentioned, I said a professor, one of my classmates. So we have people of different vocation who are doing well. Businessmen, professors, engineers, accountants, teachers, all professions. People who have little companies of their own doing well. We all attended that school, it was a public school. But the tyranny we've had in our states before this current government came is, even some of our young people don't even see any reason to even go to school, because they will tell you, bros, me I want hammer. Nobody is interested in going to school, because the people they are seeing who are the so-called making it, who are not the millionaires, flaunting their wealth all over the place in our state, in Edo State, these people ordinarily shouldn't be.
Yes.
And then that's when we always hear this issue of agberos and all the rest. Thugs, touts, they are not the one leading the way.
Someone
So who are not the role models for our children to follow?
follow. I remember.
That is not how we grew up. That is not how we grew up. They were role models.
I remember referencing one video from Arise. Was it Arise in Nigeria, where one young man called from Benin, okay, saying that with the political structure of the state right now, it shows that education is being supported and patronized in the states, unlike the time of Adaso Shomole, whereby touts talks were being patronized in the states. Okay, you understand? With the introduction of a dope best, it shows that right now we are moving forward in terms of education in the state. In the time of other social mole, who cares? Who cares about your profession? Who cares about your academic background? Those who were making it in the society at that time, very educated. You understand? So education was not being patronized by his policy.
Sorry to interject there.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm in education. I'm an academic.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell people, even I tell my students here, that you see, this education is both academic and vocational. Look, I have my age group who attended the technical college in Benin City, Benin Technical College, the one at Ugbawa, where you are going towards University of Benin.
I know.
Because that school was functioning. We had artisans, people who know how to fix. If your refrigerator is bad, they come to fix it. People, mechanics. You see, so education, it was all encompassing. And if you recall, when this current governor came in, one of the first places he went to was that Benin Technical College. And we have all seen what he has even done there. And he has even said that will be replicated in other parts of Edo State. Vocational. Sports. Some of these, so in my area, growing up in New Benin area in Benin, you just see a guy who has muscles and all that. You will just say, oh boy, go do weightlifting. Translated, go and be a weightlifter. And they go to the stadium, and before you know it, they are representing Nigeria in the Olympics. We have so many of them. Our state then, when we were there, was the hub of sports. There was a time a football team represented Nigeria and won the World Cup. 9 of the players were from Bende State. 9. So it was the hub. But what do we have today? There was a gradual deterioration of our value system, so that for you to now lead, you have to be a violent thug.
Yes.
You have to be a tout.
A tout, yeah.
So which kind of generation are we breeding?
Because if you look at the Nigerian politics, the hot seats are given to thugs.
And it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
If you look at the history of some politicians in the country, they were the previous talks of some politicians in the past, and from there they gave them positions. I've seen many like that. I've seen many in Nigerian politics. So like that, we are not patronizing education in this society, because you have to be a talk in order to occupy a political position. And once you occupy that, definitely you're going to be rich.
And the funny thing is that when these people get to this, when they ascend this position, they are not able to offer anything, because what you don't have, you don't give.
Yes.
Let me correct one impression, because people may be watching this live cast now and be saying, is it all about education? Is it all about having degrees? Please get me very correctly. I'm not propagating unending academic glory and studying of books and all that. No. But when, like I said, when we talk of education, education is all-round development of a child, all-round development of a society, to knowing and having a human value system. That is why, if you, most of these are the so-called developed countries, they don't joke with primary and secondary education. For me, that is how I see education. So yeah, you can later go and top up, maybe you get an HND or a bachelor's degree, but it's a starting point. Because, and like you mentioned, do best. So these are innovations. For a lot of us, we can see a roadmap. We can see that we are going somewhere. We are getting somewhere. We cannot truncate this journey. We cannot.
Okay, I have this conclusion here in your article that is very interesting. I'm going to read to the audience. Okay. Okay, time has come for us as a people to dust ourselves up, stop complaining, and throw our hearts in the political ring. Okay?
Yes.
Angels are not going to come from heaven to do it for us. Okay? Okay, we must take the destiny of our nation in our hands. Poverty and underdevelopment, which are okay hallmarks of a in-paid leadership, does not recognize tribe or religion. Nigerians of all divide must therefore come together to reject, okay, and reset our political landscape. Yes, we can.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. We again, I want to still zero in on Edo State because that is our focus on this telecast. Whether you are watching this program right now, whether you are from Benin, you are Esa, you are Esako, you are Akoko Edo, let us take our destiny in our own hands. Nobody is going to do it for us. People are not going to come from other states of Nigeria to come and do it for us. And like I've said before, Angel Michael or Angel Gabriel is not going to come to do it for us. Almighty God has given us the capacity, the ability. All we just need to do is for us to apply ourselves. Get your permanent voter's card if you haven't got your PVC. It is your power. Get it. We should not sit on the fence. Because
Especially
when there is underdevelopment in our state, it doesn't matter whether you are from Esako, you are Esan, you are Akoko Edo, or any other tribe I may not have mentioned, or you are even from Benin. There's no color ethnic or language coloration to underdevelopment. We all must stand up for what we believe in and move our state forward. Yeah. And if we for the political class, because we are talking politics. I got some statistics here I want to reel out as well.
Okay, go ahead.
This is where
about politicians or what is?
Yeah, but something that political class in Nigeria also need to think about.
Oh, okay.
Because it's one area where we have always had challenges, where it seems that party selection of candidates, which was the nucleus of my article that you referred to. Party selection of candidates. This is one area where we have been getting it wrong as well. It has become for the highest bidder. So I've got some statistics I want to reel out. If you don't mind, I would like to read it for our audience so that they hear.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I took this snapshot when I was watching TVC Nigeria during the last election in 2019, our last general election in Nigeria. So I'll read it.
Okay.
This is for both the APC and the PDP, because they are our two major parties. For the presidency, the form is 45 million for APC.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
Yes.
think
So PDP presidency, the form is 12 million. Now listen, Ekman. Governorship, the form, 22.5 million. For that's what APC were charging in 2019. PDP 6 million. Senate 7 million for
yes.
APC. PDP 3.5 million. These are all in naira denomination.
Yes,
House
yes.
of Rep, APC 3.8 million naira. Then PDP, they were charging 850,000 naira. House of Assembly, these are the state level. APC, they were charging 1.5 million naira. Then PDP, the fund was 600,000 naira. Now, when you look at some of these, I know people will say, oh, politics cost money. This is one area like INEC and the political parties also need to look at. Political parties can generate revenue from members paying monthly dues. Like I told you, I'm a member of the UK Labour Party here. Every month, I pay my monthly dues, and I've paid the one for the month of July. I'm sure by next week now, they will take the one for August. You know, so you put something in. So this selling of candidature to the highest bidder is also one area where we're having challenges in Nigerian politics. It's something that every one of us also need to look at.
Okay. Yeah. As you were reading the statistics, because I did the same thing before.
Okay.
On Nebo TV. I did the full analysis of the pricing or the tickets. I would say the ticket for each political party, especially the APC and PDP. Then you can see the disparity between
Yes.
APC and PDP. Okay, why is it that APC is charging way more than PDP?
Yes, because there's a is
Because they are the ruling
yeah,
party.
the
Is
ruling
because
party, it's a kind of winner takes all. For instance, like governorship for the APC 22.5 million,
mm,
and that of the PDP 6 million. Yeah, there's a wide
yeah,
the disparity is enormous. Yeah, I agree
yes,
with you there, Neto. Yeah.
yes.
So
Because I did
yeah,
that before.
yeah.
Mm,
So things like this shouldn't be. So imagine somebody, let's say, a teacher. I'm not trying to denigrate the teaching profession, or somebody who has never been in government, he hasn't stolen money and all that. Um, you find out that where is he going to get
money.
something like 22.5 million to buy a governorship form? Even if it's and at the end of the day, maybe somebody buys the form for him. This is
Mm.
where this Godfather things begins. They say he who pays the piper dictates the tune.
Yes, June. Yes, exactly,
So
exactly.
these are some of the problems that so we really need to like I said rejig this whole thing. We need to. Yeah, I know our democracy is growing, but 21 years is some good time for us to start putting things correctly.
Yes. So we debate about this these statistics that you just raised. Thank you for doing that. Okay. We debate about it. Was it not last year during the general elections that how can the youth afford this type of tickets that are really expensive? The youth, majority of the youth, they are not very rich. They are
It's
not
true.
rich.
Yeah.
There are no jobs out there for the youth in Nigeria. So if any youth emerge today and wanted to run under the PDP or APC, how can he or she afford this type of expensive tickets,
They can,
especially the APC? The APC ticket. Why? Why is it so expensive? Because it's like a full package. When you pay that money, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this anyway. When you pay that exorbitant big money, chances are they're gonna include everything like paying those who are going to ring the election, paying those who are going to carry out the you
yeah,
know the
yeah,
INEC.
those who are going to do the operations, like
Let
we
me
know
just
now.
let me just be specific here. I don't care. let me be specific, that INEC can be compromised. That's what I wanted to say. INEC can be compromised in Nigeria, you know that. So everything in full package. So if you pay that,
Yeah, Nekwe, just to add to what you said now. In Nigeria, sometimes you will hear people say, don't worry, every man has got a price. You know, when people say that, I said, for God's sake, where has integrity, reputation gone? Okay, you see in our state, let's come back to Edo State, Nekwe. You see the number of resignations we've had now. I read something on social media, and somebody said the transfer market has opened in Edo State, just like end of football season, where clubs are buying new players.
Exactly.
People are taking money and just switching to the other side. Where has integrity go? Most people say they are birthright. Oh, somebody gives you 2 million naira, for instance, and then you just switch allegiance. So by the time that person distributes 2 million naira, 4 million naira, 10 million naira for thousands of people, what will you expect when it comes into office? So here lies some of the challenges we are facing in our polity.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Yes, because people are selling out. They're selling out.
If you don't pay money, if you don't pay people in Nigeria as a country, or the people, they believe that you cannot perform any duty for somebody without getting something in return.
Yeah,
that's why in Nigeria we are used to these incentives. You cannot ask somebody to go buy something for you from the marketplace or from the supermarket without giving something in return. So they don't believe in offering any free service to anyone. That is why volunteering work is not very popular in Nigeria, because they don't believe that you have to volunteer. What? Come on now. Volunteer for who? Volunteer for who? But in the Western world, we take our time. Sometimes people can even volunteer for years under certain organization. But in Nigeria, it's not like that. We are not used to volunteering.
It's true. I agree with you. I remember when I just came to the UK some years ago. I was because I just want to like help people and all that. So somebody told me about this volunteering work. He said so, and it was for Maria Corey cancer care. So for sick people, end of life. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Me, I just took it as fun because it's something I like. So I was going to like shops there, like Tesco, Sainsbury's that we have in the UK. These big shopping centers. So, and then somebody called me from home, and I was like, Tony, where are you? I said, oh, I'm just doing some volunteer work. He said, volunteer. I said, I'm just trying to like, raise money to support people, end of life and all that. They said, you get time, then go pay you. I said, no, I said it's volunteer. So I just laughed it off anyway. Yeah. I still got my certificate that they gave me. Yeah. I had a small container like this with, you know what I'm talking about, Nekwe, I'm sure. It's over there in Canada as well. So people were dropping money. I collected a lot of money, yeah. And yeah. So our people don't know, a lot of them, they don't know that you have to do it.
You see what that man, the man told you, is just the reality of things in Nigeria. Average Nigerian living in Nigeria, I'm talking about living in Nigeria, that is their mentality. Okay, that you are not supposed to offer any free services people, because we are not raised with that type of a system. That is why the same thing, when those people manage to occupy political positions, what do you expect? Do you think that they will be selfless in their activities? Never.
They will not. Yes.
Never.
Not. Yeah.
That is the thing. Oh, thank you so much for today's show. Interesting.
Thank you, Nick.
Let's see the comment, guys. There are many comments here. Okay. It said Godwin Obaseki of PDP. Okay. Even as we speak now, that a political rabbit, his wife has stopped having. Okay, no, I'm not reading that. Okay. Okay. Anybody who votes, okay, Amini, brother Yamu must await and see how Fulani heads may operate.
Yeah.
These people can be
No,
hilarious.
but Nekpe, can I just say, something that our audience can also take home is,
Mm,
I want to plead with our people.
okay.
Let us look. Let us focus on good governance. Let us focus on good governance. It's not just for this election, but in subsequent elections that are coming. Like I've always said, I said 4 years is a very short time. Yeah, sometimes we can make mistake and vote in somebody who is not who
Mm,
has not performed. We take him out by we vote him out by when the next election comes. But
yeah.
to be honest, to be honest, this in Edo State, this current governor has performed across all strata. Is it the pensioners in Edo State who used to die along the ring road? We used to see all these videos on social media is in the time past.
Mm,
But all this stopped since 2016 when this governor came into office. Is it the intimidation of our market women and men in various markets in the state? Is it the harassment of commercial drivers in the states? Is it the harassment of harassment when you want to build a house in our state and CDA they're after you? So we can go on and on and on and on. So our people, we need to look at good governance. And like I said, it is happiness for the majority, not for the few. We're almost 5 million in Edo State if we go by the stats. So
yeah.
it should not be happiness for just 2,000 or 3,000 people. While they are smiling and happy and traveling all over the world, our people are suffering. That has to stop. That is why I just keep hammering that we have to now take our destiny in our hands. Come September 19th, 2020, we do the right thing and vote a government and administration that is performing.
Mm, okay. Thank you. The last show I had with Lorenta, Dr. Lorenta Buroko, we also
I watched that show.
okay, we also discussed about how we can contact friends and family members in Edo State to participate in this next election because we cannot vote, we are not eligible to vote. Okay, the
Yes.
voting system is not available for us in diaspora, like some other countries in the world that they can vote from wherever they are, but we don't have that system. And the government, Nigerian government, has been proposing I remember when I was still an active member of NCA, Nigeria Canadian Association, sometimes we used to discuss about this, that how can we have this voting system in diaspora just like many other countries. So anyway, okay, we can't do that, but how can we impact this next election?
Uh,
Many people said we are just making noise on social media. We cannot do anything. We should stop making noise. Every day people come to my page, leaving comment for me and say, do you have PVC? Like yesterday, I was on live broadcast. I saw people leaving comments in the comment area saying that, Nekbe, do you have PVC? Stop making noise. Stop, they don't take what I'm saying seriously because they believe that I cannot impact the election. So I'm trying to use this medium, okay, to appeal to our people back home and our people in diaspora, Edo citizens, to try and contact their family members, contact their friends, anyone you know, your neighbors in Nigeria, tell them to go vote in this next election. And when you are saying that, do not just say it. Our country, like what we discussed earlier, that they don't believe that you have to just do everything for free. Try to also add incentives that will motivate them that day to go vote. Otherwise, many people cannot just wake up in the morning, going to the polling booth, using their money to buy tickets. It's not very easy. That is the thing. We have to say the reality of things in Nigeria. Okay. So with incentives, I think they will be motivated and awareness as well. Make sure that you call them time to time guide them through the process, ensure that they vote. If you can motivate two people to vote in Nigeria, me, I do the same thing. Everybody, we, all of us in diaspora, we continue to motivate people in our neighborhood, maybe some elderly people, try to ensure to also advise them to get their PVC. I don't know anything about the PVC in Nigeria, how they obtain their PVC. If it's too late for them to get the PVC now, I'm not
No,
sure.
it's not too late.
It's not too late. Okay.
No.
Okay. So I'm encouraging everyone, okay, watching today. Please, if you have, that is the only way we can impact this next election. We cannot vote. So in Nigeria, there are a lot of people who don't have PVC, a lot, because they don't deem it important to vote, like what you said earlier. So we should encourage them by applying incentives to it. Not only calling them and say, mom, you make sure you vote for this next election. It's not enough. It's not enough to encourage people to vote. Okay, that is why please I'm pleading to everyone in diaspora, we can impact this election through our people back home grassroots campaign. That is what I titled it, grassroots campaign. That diaspora grassroots campaign, I would say, okay, diaspora grassroots campaign, which means those of us in diaspora, we can impact the election grassroots, in the grassroots, by calling our family members and friends in Nigeria. Please do your part. If I can mobilize two people and you mobilize two people, everybody, if you cannot, at least one person, it means a lot, okay. It's very early now. If you know anybody in Nigeria, in Edo State, or your family member that doesn't have a kind of a PVC or something, try to motivate them to go get one now, okay, so that they can vote. Guide them through the process. Okay, that's my advice for everyone. And we continue to say this, okay, on this show. Maybe next we will continue like the diaspora, uh, diaspora grassroots campaign that we have to be calling people. I will provide a phone number that people can call. I will tell them to call their family members, something like that. That will motivate people to vote in Nigeria. So that is my advice for everyone, because we are not just only shouting and screaming on social media. We are going to impact this next election, definitely.
Yeah, thank you, Nekbe. You have that's a very powerful message you have delivered there, and it's the message we are all carrying. We have to make the phone call uh, and motivate and inspire our people to vote. And to be honest, with the performance of the current governor in our state, I know our people they will come out, but they just need a little push. And every one of us, we have to play our part.
Yes.
And yeah, and change the course of history. We really have to play our part.
Mm, that's the thing. Thank you, Dr. Tony Sakbaba Agbons. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank
So,
you, Nekme. I must appreciate all the good work you are doing. I'll be following this. I'll be following your TV station.
thank you.
A lot of us are also praying for you. God will bless you
Thank you.
for the good work you are doing. I know you may be getting a lot of stick for what you are doing, but just keep on doing your work. Edo will be great again.
Definitely. We have it in our history. We're going to achieve that goal soon because we are very close to it. With what is going on in Edo State now, it even make me more, what will I say? Right now, it motivates me to do more for my state when people who are not from Edo State say that what is going on in Edo State right now is going to shape democracy in Nigeria. I say, yes, let it start from Edo State. Let it start from Edo State. Okay. Thank you.
And now you know one thing about Edo State. We are the heartbeat of Nigeria, if you remember. That's our slogan as a state. So we are going to do it. We are going to make it happen. Definitely.
Definitely, yes. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
joining
Nick.
us today. Yeah. Guys, those of you who are watching, let's say if you have any question, please just leave your question in the comment area. I forgot to even announce this. Yeah. Okay. If you have any question, please just leave it in the comment area. Let me quickly read it because we're almost done. Oh, we're almost done. Oh, there are many questions. Oh, okay. Seneca, go on. Okay, let me see. Please don't leave many comments here if you are not saying something meaningful. Yeah. Okay, who again? Okay, he said that incident that happened at the gate of Oba Palace was a test to see the way action is going to be taken before their final atrocity. That's more of a statement, right?
Yes,
That is just a statement.
it is.
Okay. Okay. Someone said, "What a program!" Thanks, Nekme and Dr. Agbons. Thank you too.
Thank you.
Uh, oh, the comments are pushing. That's the thing. Comments are pushing. Let me see
Uh,
here. Hold on. Let me just see if there's any meaningful question here that we can.
I saw a comment here now, Nekman, which is very instructive.
Okay, what is that?
Yeah, it said governance for the people
People are not for.
and not for the few.
Hmm. Let's
Let's
get.
get involved to ensure good governance. Thank
Mm,
you,
mm,
Alfred Anim Agemai. Yeah,
yeah. People should be spending time, okay, leaving meaningful comments instead of you just wasting your time leaving some crappy comments that I'm not going to read. So spend your time to construct productive comments. Okay, let me read this one. He said many persons voted Isaiah in the past election not because they love him, but because they don't want Oshomole to do third term through Obaseki. Now Obaseki has changed the narrative. God has won. Oh, you said it all. I said this in one of my shows. I think I said this. I said this. Oh,
very true.
yes. You know what happened? You know what happened? There's one of my guests that always join me from Nigeria, Mr. Daniel. Mr. Daniel said in the past election he voted for Zeyamu. Why? Because of the legacy of Adanso Shomole. When Adanso Shomole brought Governor Obaseki, given that Governor Obaseki was not very popular in the state at that time, so many people, many Edo citizens believe that he's bringing someone who's going to replicate his legacy in the state. So they were scared. Okay, that is why majority of them voted for Yam in the past election, not knowing that Governor Obaseki is going to change the narrative.
Yes,
Okay, yes, change the narrative. Exactly the same thing that he just quoted here. Thank you for that comment. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, that is why people were curious. Who is this Obaseki? We don't even know him. You know, when you are not a popular politician in Nigeria and you are running for a governor, people were curious. Who even bring this governor, bring this
yes.
candidate?
I
Oshomole.
remember. I remember. Yes.
Oshomole. So people were skeptical and they don't know this man that Adas Oshomole just introduced to them. So that is why they believe that it's good. You know, Adas Oshomole keeps saying the same thing now that he was expecting Governor Obaseki to build on the project that they started together, of which that project that he's talking about is what the Edo people don't want. You
Exactly. Yeah.
understand?
Yes.
So that's what they don't want, okay? So he keeps saying that. Even the speech he made a few days ago, the same thing he said. He said
Yes.
at the beginning, the agreement was that he's going to continue continuity of what he started in Edo State. But these people don't want the continuity of your bad legacy in Edo State. These people don't want it. So that is the thing. Thank
Yes.
you for this
Yeah.
comment.
Yes, Nekwe, I should go through some comment. Let me just quickly chip this one in because I'm also reading comment on my
Yeah,
screen here.
yeah.
Uh, Edo sons and daughters. This is my. If I'm to summarize,
Mm,
let us vote for good governance. This election is not about Iyamu. It's not about Governor Obaseki as personalities. We are talking of good governance. We are talking of antecedents. We are talking of deliverables, visible deliverables. That is what we're talking about here. And again, we're talking about who can deliver happiness for the majority of our people. Because this is a last chance alone for us. And we cannot throw this away. So that was some of us were just like preaching good governance, good governance. It's not. And when you even ask, I've asked people on the when people that are saying Governor Obaseki has not done it, I said, what exactly is it that he has not done? They cannot tell me anything apart from the fact that he didn't empower them. It's all about them because they want to work for themselves.
Yes.
According to them, I'm quoting them now. We want to work for ourselves.
Ada Soshomole, I referenced a video of Ada Soshomole a few
That's what
months
they
ago.
keep saying.
The only complaint he continued to complain about Governor Obaseki is that he didn't continue with some of the projects they started. What is that project? He was
They cannot mention it.
In most cases, he won't mention it. It's not specific. So, and some people are saying that he wanted to loot the Edo State treasury. Look at Governor Obaseki, such an educated, intelligent governor. So, do you think you can come to Edo State and come and loot the treasury in front of Governor Obaseki? That is impossible. This governor is not a pushover governor. So that is the conflict. And they can't publicly say what is going on. That is the, you understand me?
It can't be said in public, yes.
Yeah. So that is it. Thank you, Dr. Tony Sakboma. Thanks. Let me see. Is there any other comments?
Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah. I don't think there are oh Lord. I'm not gonna read this.
Yes.
Okay, so let's end this show. Thank you so much for joining me. We hope to invite you next time to the show. If you have any discussion or if you have any other article next time, we can also analyze it on the show as well. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I greet all our people in Nigeria and particularly in Edo State. Wahia Bege. Oba Atokbe.
It's West.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.